Hi there guys, this is Landroe off of the Wildhammer EU server. A little bit of a bonus video today talking about some of the highly sought after mounts that are available in Warcraft at the moment. First up, I'll talk a little bit about the two add-ons that I use to track these mounts. NPC Scan is probably the most relevant. As you can see here, this is what it does. It flashes up on your screen, puts a bit of noise in your ears, and tells you what you've seen. When you click it, it's an interface you can click, it puts a little marker on the targets, and you can then click them on the minimap or see them on the minimap. The other one, which is cropping up now to the left of my screen, is NPC Overlay, and what that does is puts a little coloured marker on your minimap telling you the routes that the NPCs will take in their patrols. So as you can see, the time lost Proto Drake is the orange route here. It spawns in a few locations. Boar's Breath is rumoured to be one of the better ones. Personally, I sit just south of the Temple of Storms. I find that a good place because there are 4 routes that the time lost Proto Drake takes that cross over. So you get to you've got a higher chance if you're just camping like I quite often do. We'll do something in the background, do some writing, watch some sport, cook some dinner, and I leave my NPC scan and my WoW on in the background, and it will pick up a few of the flight paths. It isn't ideal because you can't cover all the places, but you can find a spot where as many as possible overlap, and then go and do your normal life stuff. The time lost Proto Drake spawns as a mob. It's a hostile mob. You'll fly down, you'll aggro him, you'll either fly through him and take him to the ground aggroed like that, or well, I'm quite fortunate, I'm a priest, I will levitate, dot him up. He will do a move that removes levitate and stuns you for a few seconds. Just keep spamming levitate so you don't take a big whack and die. What I'm going to do next is take you to another mob. As you can see, I half stone and it takes me to Dalaran, which is very handy for 2 reasons. Firstly, it enables me to get to time lost Proto Drake spawn points quicker, but I'm also after the Frostbitten achievement at the moment. As you can see the top right of my screen, they're the ones I haven't got yet, so I'm still doing those as well, so it enables me to get to those places quicker. And of course now Dalaran has a portal back to Stormwind, which is very handy. Once in Stormwind, you can fly to the northeast, and there you will see all the portals to all the Cataclysm zones, 3 of which will be the next 3 locations that I take you to on this little discussion about some of the mounts we can obtain. As you can see, I've got an interesting add-on that gives me my mini-map like it does, and also gives me go-to checkpoints, and that's called Carbonized. That's another one you can use. Primarily it's a quest add-on, it's a quest helper, but it's useful in this sense for setting waylay points. You can then point your go-to where you need to go, press nums lock, and you've got a minute or so before you need to come back to your PC, and it will just fly you there. So it's quite handy. I'm going to go to Deep Home next and show you where we search for Aeonaxx, which is quite a highly sought after mob in Cataclysm. He is a drake that spawns as a friendly unit, and you fly towards him, and all you do is you click him as if you're mounting a mount, basically. What will then happen is you'll be transferred onto his back, and he'll become hostile. He'll start flying around Deep Home like a mentalist. Basically what you've got to do is kill him. He's got 770k HP, which sounds a ridiculous amount, but he doesn't hit very hard at all. Anybody can solo him. There used to be a bug where hunters couldn't target his head, which meant they couldn't kill him. They had to melee him to death, which took a long time, but that's since been fixed. And as you can see, where I am now is rumoured to be the prime location for farming this mob, because you're at several of his locations, his spawn locations. Once you kill him, he will drop Rains of the Phosphorescent Stone Drake. As you can see, that's a pain in the arse to say, quite a tongue twister, but it's a very nice mount. It's pretty, it's sought after, it's very rare because he doesn't spawn very often. He's actually spawned once for me when I was on my hunter, but I wasn't fortunate enough to be able to log over to my priest quick enough and go back there before somebody else had him, so he won't be up for very long if he ever spawns. That's why people will end up camping him. Next up, we go to Oldham, and we're going to talk a little bit about Mysterious Camel Figurines. Now, this is an achievement, or this is a mount I got recently. It took me weeks and weeks and weeks of flying around Oldham in the desert. There are so many spawn points for this mob. It is crazy, and it is really a matter of luck that you get them. You get a Mysterious Camel Figurine pop up when you're there. But also, the real thing that gets you about this hunt is there's only a 5% chance that the figurine that you find is the one that teleports you to Dormus the Camel Hoarder, who is an elite. He's 270k HP, easily solable, solar able. I got him on my Disc Priest just by smiting him. Move out the AoEs, all that sort of stuff, but he's very easy. And he will drop Reigns of the Grey Riding Camel, which is a very unspectacular mount, but more importantly, he will give you the Camel Hoarder title. I found during my hunt for the Mysterious Camel Figurines that there are so many people doing it. I mean, I would regularly encounter 15, 20 people, even late at night, who are flying the route where all the camel figurines spawn. And I actually derived a tactic which seemed to work quite well for me, where I would specifically focus on the south area where I am at the moment, around the ruins of Ammon. I got 4 spawns here in the space of 2 days, and the spawn time on the Mysterious Camel Figurines is it's between 6 and 12 hours, and so I thought that very fortunate. I'm flying around locations where I found them. They're always up against walls or hidden from view, which is why you saw me flick on nameplates before. It enables you to spot them a little bit easier. I found them quite easy to see, but they just have little green icons above their heads. The important thing to remember with these figurines is they are no longer targetable. So even if NPC Scan goes off and you start clicking it crazily, it won't target them, it won't put the marker on, so you will have to physically hunt for them yourself, which adds another element of excitement to this chase, because you're panicking. You've seen one, and you know there's up to 19 other people flying around also looking, and they're also going to get the beeper go off when they come into your vicinity. So you start to panic. But I was lucky enough to get it. What I'm going to do now is log over to my hunter to talk about the final mount that's obtainable that I'm hunting for at the moment. As you can see, I've got several 85s, and one of the advantages of this final mob, Poseidus, is he is bind on equipped. So what I do is park one of my 85s in his general spawn locations, of which there are 5. Contrary to popular belief, there are only 4. I will show you where the 5th is, and I think I'm probably most likely to get it in the 5th, because again, there are so many people camping for this mob. The 4 spawn locations I'm showing you now on my mini-map, and you'll very regularly come across 2, maybe 3 people at each location, others that will be circling around the whole lot of the area. It's a strange one. But the 5th one is over to the east, and it's in a place called Underlight Canyon. I've seen it's been verified that he spawns here, and there's been a few captures here, and you very rarely encounter anybody either questing or farming in this area. So I think eventually when I get this mob, this is going to be the location that I'm most likely to get it. One point of note with this NPC is he has a 72-hour minimum spawn time. So what that means is after a server restart, he will not spawn in any circumstances within 72 hours. So you have to wait at least 3 days. If your server restarts on a Wednesday, he won't spawn on Thursday, he will not spawn on a Friday, he will not spawn on a Saturday. He might spawn Saturday night. It depends what time your servers came back online, so you have to keep track of that. But unequivocally, you will not get him at all within the 72-hour period. So, and when you kill him, If you're lucky enough to kill him, you get Reigns of Poseidus amongst other loot. As yet, he's the only one of all the mounts that I've hunted for I've not seen, so hopefully you have more luck than I do. Landroe out.